Right now, the Watertown community continues to grieve over the 3 children who lost their lives in a fire last week. How the school district plans to help.
Plus, the former owner of the WISC-TV Veterinary Clinic now charged for abusing animals.
And later, Santa Claus comes to town early to bring a little holiday cheer to some children in need of a smile. Welcome to News 3 Now at 6.
We'll get through this together as a community, and that's really what we do. You know, we just are there to support the community, and if anybody has any need or reason to reach out, we'll be here to support you.
A community is grieving after a fire in Watertown killed 3 students this past Friday.
Our Andrew Banstra spoke with Watertown School Superintendent, who says his district is dedicated to helping their community. Andrew?
A city of 23,000 lost 3 of its brightest stars early Friday morning. A school safety plan is helping students and staff grieve and get back to normal.
After 3 Watertown students were killed in a house fire early Friday morning, the school district sprung into action.
There are processes set in place. We have a school safety plan.
We still don't know who the victims were or what caused the fire. Losing any member of a tight-knit community is tragic, but losing 3 students in a house fire, that's unimaginable.
We just keep telling students and families, keep reaching out to us, because this is a process, and we will help as good as we can.
The school safety plan sped up the recovery process, immediately sending help to students and staff. Because when tragedy strikes, life goes on. But how do you move forward?
When you have a tragedy like this in your community, it always takes time. And really what that's going to mean for us is to, have some patience, and a lot of kindness, and, offer the support that people need as we move forward through it. And then try to get back to as much normalization as possible for the students in the community.
Students get most attention amid tragedy, deservingly so. But what about the staff? For starters, they've held multiple virtual staff grieving sessions. But more than anything, they've leaned on each other.
Sometimes it's not necessarily that's needed. Sometimes it's just reaching out to a colleague or somebody else in support. And so the best thing is to make sure that you're reaching out.
Superintendent Burke knows this community won't heal overnight, but one way or another, they will heal.
We know that this is going to be a process that it may take months for us to make sure we're supporting everybody in need.
While the community rallies together to recover, they want your help. Head to this story on channel3000.com to visit a GoFundMe page that was set up for the victims.
Trial dates are now set for a pastoral associate accused of having inappropriate sexual contact with a teenager. Online court records show jury selection in the trial of Reginald Remat will start on February 27th. The trial is set to begin February 28th. Remat is charged with 1 count of child enticement and 1 count of sexual assault of a child by a person who works with children. He pleaded not guilty to those charges. Let's check your certified most accurate forecast with Julian Seawright.
Well, it's a chilly evening for us, but it's just not cold enough for us to turn this rain into snow here in Dane County. So we're going to continue to see this rain throughout the rest of the evening hours and heading into tonight. So folks, be prepared for a wet start to our Wednesday morning. But outside of that, visibility has improved here in Madison. We're now at 9 miles. We were about 5 just about an hour ago, but we are still looking at obscured visibilities between Platteville and for Janesville, which are at 5 miles and 4 for Lone Rock. Now, taking a look ahead, temperatures will be warming up even more as we get into the overnight hours. We're looking at temperatures to peak around the upper 30s for us. So we're looking at right now to be one of the colder periods, and we'll start to see that cold start to roll back once we get into our early morning. But outside of it, folks, we're going to be warming back up heading into our Wednesday once we get to in a few moments. But outside of that, winds are also howling. We're looking at gusts at around 26 miles here in Madison and for Janesville, and for 33 miles per hour over towards Platteville. So it's a windy, it's rainy, and we're looking at that cold air to come back later into our Wednesday nights. That could bring us more of that mixed bag of weather. We'll be walking through these impacts in just a few moments. Until then, let's go ahead and send it back to you guys.
Clients feel their trust is broken after a veterinarian formerly based in Waunakee has lost his license, his clinic, and is now facing criminal charges.
Dr. Wesley Arnett is accused of intentionally and cruelly mistreating several animals in his care. Tahalil Modine got a look at court documents detailing the allegations of abuse, and she joins us now with more on this investigation. Tahalil?
Eric and Charlotte, Waunakee police learned of Arnett's alleged pattern of abuse in July of this year, but the reported incidents, which may be difficult to hear, go back much farther.
See that type of an investigation going on is is disturbing.
The allegations are something no pet owner ever wants to hear and go against every ethical standard for veterinarians.
Veterinarians take an oath about protecting animal welfare and animal well-being.
Former owner of Waunakee Veterinarian Clinic, Dr. Wesley Arnett, is facing criminal charges for mistreating 6 animals in his care in a cruel and intentional way. According to court documents, several of Arnett's employees told police they saw him being abusive towards dogs and cats several times, the oldest incident dating back over 4 years. They reported seeing the clinic's former owner grabbing a long-haired terrier by his muzzled snout until the dog's mouth began to bleed, kicking another dog with enough force to move it several inches across the floor, and more than one employee reported Arnett showed no remorse following his actions.
It was hard to read. As the head of an association for veterinarians, it was hard to read. I can't help but think about those animals that were there.
Documents say Waunakee police also saw a video of Arnett picking up a dog by the neck and striking it while yelling, "Knock it off." Members of Waunakee Vet Clinic, now under new ownership, said in a Facebook post they have zero tolerance for such behavior and that no other staff members have been implicated or involved in charges. They also recognized the anger and concern associated with these allegations and said they would be cooperating with authorities. If convicted on all charges, Arnett faces up to 6.5 years behind bars and a maximum of $60,000 in fines. We've got much more on this story online right now at channel3000.com.
Tahlil, thank you. In Milwaukee, more than 100 animals need permanent homes after they were removed from a home with unsafe living conditions. Everything from dogs to birds, even an alligator. Investigators say living conditions were poor and some dead animals were found at the home. Milwaukee police took a 46-year-old man in custody. The district attorney is reviewing for potential charges. No word yet on how the man managed to collect all of those different animals. And a bald eagle shot last week in Milwaukee County is dead after going into cardiac arrest during surgery. The bird was found Wednesday on private property in Franklin with a gunshot wound and multiple other injuries. An investigation into who shot the bird is now underway. The DNR asking anyone with information to call their tip line. Under the Eagle Protection Act, wounding or killing an eagle can result in a fine of $100,000 and a year in prison for a first offense.
Janesville police are asking for the public's help finding 2 people who allegedly stole a puppy. Take a look. Police say the man and woman entered a Petland store in the 2000 block of Humes Road at around 3:30 p.m. Monday and took a brown dachshund puppy. The woman allegedly hid that puppy under her coat and left. Anyone with information regarding the suspects or the puppy are urged to contact Janesville police.
Santa taking some time off preparing for his big day to visit the boys and girls at American Family Children's Hospital in Madison today. With help from the Madison Fire Department, Santa hopped aboard one of their trucks for the annual Parade of Fire Engines up and down Highland Avenue. Along the way, waving to the children overlooking the route. Today's event was a collaboration between the hospital and firefighters local 311.
To get in and actually see the kids and talk to them and know that you're making their day just a little bit better is amazing for everybody involved.
Well, due to COVID restrictions, Santa was not able to go inside the hospital. Last week, he also did a virtual visit with several children.
If you hope to get your holiday gifts and your cards to loved ones by mail before Christmas, the U.S. Postal Service says you are running out of time. Retail ground service, first-class mail service, and first-class packages should be mailed or shipped by the 17th to ensure they arrive before Christmas morning. Now, the last day for on-time priority mail service is December 19th. The 22nd is the last day for priority mail express service. We have a link for the hours for your nearest post office on channel3000.com. Still ahead, it is one of the most popular apps out on the market, but it may not be available to download in the future.
After the break, the newly released legislation asking for a federal ban on TikTok. An Ohio, Wisconsin lawmaker who helped introduce the bill says it's necessary.
At Chevy, the holidays mean going places and doing things you love to do with friends and family. Visit your local Chevy dealer, and when you find your red tag, you find your deal. Then make the most of your time with the people who matter most. Find new moments, find new roads. Well-qualified buyers can get 3.99% financing plus $500 red tag bonus cash on all Equinox models, or get $1,500 total cash allowance when you find your red tag. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
This holiday season at the Century House. Give $50 or more to charity and get $200 off any stressless recliner with power, any stressless recliner and ottoman, or any stressless office chair. Or get $200 off each stressless sofa seat or $400 off all stressless Mayfair recliners and ottomans in all Paloma leather colors. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Family-owned Brothers Maine knows choosing appliances for a remodel or new build can be exciting and overwhelming. Our experienced staff has experienced it all as we've guided thousands of area families through appliance selection. Brothers Maine has a larger inventory and low-price deals that consistently beat competitors, including big box. You heard me, big box can't beat our prices. From sales to install, Brothers Maine does it all. Feel great about your purchases and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Hey, there's my girl. Who's that?
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. Whether you're looking for all the advanced features or something with a lower upfront cost, with Rheem heating equipment, you can stay comfortable even in the most uncomfortable situations.
Oh, come on. Yes, let's go.
Feel the Wohlers difference. Call Wohlers Heating and Air Conditioning today, serving Dane County for over 45 years.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
TikTok, the social media app that has more than 1 billion users, could face a ban in the United States under a bill introduced by a Wisconsin congressman.
Well, it's all about security concerns, and political reporter Will Keneally joins us now to explain. Will?
So the legislation was introduced today by Green Bay area Rep Mike Gallagher, and there are two concerns here. The first is what happens to your data. All of TikTok's data is owned by its Chinese parent company, which makes it more susceptible to intrusion from the Chinese government. But as UW Madison's Don Stanley explains, it's also a direct line from a Chinese company to the pockets of many Americans.
For example, we might start getting on our TikTok feed pieces of content that talk about the Chinese historical relationship with Taiwan, where it's very pro-Chinese. Like, hey, China's and Taiwan, this has always been a part of China.
And he says that can impact younger Americans especially, who might be learning about the issue like Taiwan for the first time through the app. Gallagher's bill would ban TikTok from doing business in the U.S. And earlier this month, he and other Wisconsin Republicans urged the governor to ban TikTok from being used in state-owned phones.
Will, thank you. And after the break, helping those who help others.
As part of our 12 Days of Giving, how SSM Health is making sure a local nonprofit that's been feeding the Madison area for more than 15 years can continue their mission.
Plus, we could see some rain tonight and tomorrow, but just how much? Julian has your complete forecast when we come back.
Dress up your home for the holidays at Waunakee Furniture ETC. Add color and cheer to your home this holiday season with stylish seasonal decor during our holiday sale. Let us brighten your room with unique accessories and great savings during the holiday sale going on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I? Wow, is that really me?
Hi, I'm Annette, and I'm an actress. Under-eye bags and wrinkles are so frustrating. They're so hard to hide and so hard to get rid of. I came across Plexiderm, and I was so excited. We have a model. His name is Richie, and all he's doing is taking a small amount. It's so powerful. That's all it takes. And what I love about Plexiderm is this is something that you can do in the convenience of your own home. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under-eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more. It's a cream, it's a topical, it literally creates an invisible layer that tightens the skin and smooths it out. All you do is gently rub it underneath your eyes, on your fine lines and wrinkles, and it visibly disappears in as little as 10 minutes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
I can't even believe that this worked. I was a little skeptical, I am not going to lie, because I saw people online with it. I'm like, yeah, right, that can't possibly work. I'm telling you, it really works.
I thought I might see a little difference, but to see that big of a difference, I have so many dark circles, I have the puffiness, I have the lines, like it's amazing.
You have an event, you have any of those moments where you want to feel the best about yourself, I am telling you, the videos that you see on social media and TV are real.
This holiday season is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Dress up your home for the holidays at Wanakee Furniture ETC and color and cheer to your home this holiday season with stylish seasonal decor during our holiday sale. Let us brighten your room with unique accessories and great savings during the holiday sale going on now at Wanakee Furniture ETC. You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
News 3 Now's 12 Days of Giving continues tonight with a big donation to a deserving nonprofit. The River Food Pantry has been feeding the Madison community since 2006, making sure upwards of 2,500 people have full stomachs every week.
And our partners over at SSM Health are helping us make sure the food pantry can continue that important work for years to come.
Each week is different. We have 2 full-time staff in the kitchen, and they lead 3 shifts of volunteers every day. I'm the Director of Operations here at the River Food Pantry. I've been able to be here for about 3.5 years, and in this position for about 1.5 years. We're a food pantry. We get to help make sure that people have access to stable supplies of groceries every week. So far this year, we've registered 1,400 new households. So those are households who have never visited the river before. That's a 25% increase from last year. It really shows that, you know, needing a food pantry, a lot of us are just one big step away from it. And so we want to be, again, as accessible as possible to whoever needs us, and we work really hard to create an environment that's welcoming and making sure that people know that they can come here and to not feel shame, not feel judged, that we're here to serve. Right now, we're averaging over 1,600 meals each week. Our staff in the kitchen, along with the volunteers that they lead, prepare and serve all those meals each week. And with the expansion of the number of meals that we get to serve, means that we need some bigger equipment.
Is it possible to have goosebumps when it's already cold outside?
You're welcome.
Wow, so speechless, which doesn't happen very much with me. But thank you for this, and Ross for this great big surprise. Really appreciate this and what this can do for the river.
Well, you do such great work, so thank you. So we gave $5,000 to the food pantry, and it's really because food insecurity and hunger is a big part of health. And so it's one of SSM's priorities right now is to help with that in our community, and this is a wonderful organization that is serving thousands of people on a daily basis.
Our wish list was for items that will help our services to make them be more efficient so we can serve more people, and also just help people have a good experience while we're out in the neighborhoods with them. So this will go directly towards that. So thank you all so much.
And a big thanks to our sponsors, SSM Health, for giving back to the community in such a big way this holiday season. If you or your business would like to be a part of the 12 Days of Giving and help a family, go to channel3000.com/12days and sign up to be a donor.
Well, earlier today, the Madison Police Department spent the morning volunteering at River Food Pantry. Their officers cut up vegetables, prepared daily meals, and helped stock and load vehicles with their weekly groceries. We have some wet weather moving through the area tonight. Here's Julian with the complete forecast.
It's definitely going to be a night that you just want to bundle up and stay warm in, as we're going to be having some rainy conditions, and on top of it, still going to be rather chilly, but just not cold enough to be bringing us ice or snow throughout the rest of our Tuesday nights. So let's go ahead and get into it. Looking at visibility, it's rather obscured the closer you are to the Illinois state line and for our friends to the southwest. But for us in Madison, we've actually seen improvements in terms of visibility over the last hour, but now we're still about 9 miles. So this is what we're looking at. The headline and the big story story for us has been this system, which is rather robust and has been stretching across all of the United States. We're looking at it in the back end, bringing in snow, but for us into the upper Midwest, it's a bit of a split story. For Illinois, we're looking at all rain. Southern Wisconsin is dealing with rain, and parts of Minnesota, just outside of Minneapolis, is also looking at rain before it transitions into snow later into tonight. So that's what we're going to be dealing with for us here in Southern Wisconsin. We're still into the warm sector, so any kind of mixtures is mainly going to be north of Dane County. As we take a closer look, this is where we're seeing the rain as of right now. It's rather widespread for us here in Dane County, but we're seeing some dry spots just south of Lone Rock. But we see that resurgence over towards Platteville. A bit more of that rain is going to continue to stretch itself more widespread by the time we get into the later parts of tonight. But again, any kind of rain or snow or wintry mix would happen overnight, but we're looking at temperatures that stay rather warm, so it's rather unlikely. Go ahead and walking through the rest of tonight. As we see, rain is still going to continue throughout the overnight hours. As we get into around 3 o'clock, any mixing in snow is mainly going to be north of Camp Douglas and even the Dells and Wautoma. Temperatures are going to be within the mid-30s, upper 30s throughout southern Wisconsin, so it's going to be warm enough where we're not going to be seeing that switch off going into the overnight hours. Wednesday morning, heading out the door, it's still going to be rather windy, rather cloudy, but for friends in the southwest, we're not looking for much more of that rain to really resurge for us by the time we get into our Wednesday evening. Could see a couple of showers though just outside of Platteville, but for us at Madison, you can see around the 5 o'clock hour, this is where we're going to be seeing that resurgence once again of some rainfall that's going to start to move its way, coming in from the south and track about north. And then once we get into Wednesday nights, that's where we're going to start to see that cold front sweep its way in and bring in that rain into snow, but it's mainly going to be north and east and around Dane County. Then once we get into our Thursday morning, be on the lookout as those temperatures fall for any icy conditions and for slick spots. As we get into our Thursday, going into our overnights, so we're looking for a bit more opportunities to see any kind of snow for us here in southern Wisconsin. So it'll be around Thursday afternoon and then going to Thursday night, transitioning into our Friday. And for Saturday, we have opportunities to see flurries, but not going to be looking at too much in terms of a big snow event. Now, for rain totals, again, the southwest is not going to be looking for too much. Around Platteville, Grant, and Crawford counties, we're looking around 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch. But for Dane County and areas to the northeast, 1 inch and 1.5 inches when it's all said and done is what we're watching for. Snow is going to be mainly trace amounts. A couple of areas could see a bit more, or hyper-localized areas could see about 2 to 3 inches. But overall, this is not going to be very significant in terms of snowfall. But ice would be one thing to watch for Friday morning. Here's our 3 things we'll need to know. Really, it's going to be rather messy throughout the rest of the week, so be prepared to have your rain gear and then bringing out the snow gear once we get into the weekend. Temperatures are also going to fall by the time we get into Saturday, into the upper 20s, and then heading into next week, it is going to be cold, 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 so make sure you're staying bundled up.
The Badgers are exactly 2 weeks out from their bowl game with Oklahoma State. We're going to hear from Luke Fickell about his game time mentality coming up in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
There's no place like home for the holidays, but it isn't quite the same when your house is cold and drafty. We want everyone to have the gift of a warm and comfortable home. So we're going to match the $500 energy tax credit with a $500 discount. But you have to call us before December 31st. 2023 is the year to stop freezing and start saving. So give yourself the gift that keeps on giving, because you keep saving.
USA Insulation.
Ready, Dad?
All charged up.
This holiday season, Ford wants to help you shine bright with a special offer. Now choose from a great selection of new Ford vehicles in stock and ready for delivery. Or place a custom order on select Ford vehicles. Lock in your rate and you're protected. I'm proud of you, kid. And that's how Ford is helping you shine bright. This season, get into a 2022 Explorer SUV with 2.9% financing for 60 months at your local Ford dealer and shine bright.
Here's to the holidays. Here's to the casserole queens and Santas who saute. To the turkeys brined in beer, and well, just beer. To the ones who do the most, and the ones who do the least. To the classic traditions, and whatever you call this one. This year, no matter how you holiday, Festival has you covered. Festival Foods, a Wisconsin tradition since 1946.
Hi, I'm Gary Canulti, inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join me May 2nd through the 12th as we tour Scotland and Northern Ireland. This trip is rich with history, exploring places like the Edinburgh Castle and the Titanic Belfast Museum. We'll also enjoy the gorgeous scenery and friendly people of these two unique countries. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword WISC, for more information and to watch a travel show. Or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword WISC, for more information.
News 3 Now is always on.
Download the Channel 3000 app and we will send you local breaking news as it happens.
The Channel 3000 app. Get it now.
Powered by News 3 Now.
You've seen those cozy mittens at local stores. Tomorrow, learn the mission behind remitts. Plus, answer our question of the day, and you could win Harlem Globetrotters tickets.
And the rain and snow is moving into southern Wisconsin. We're timing out the impact from 4:30 to 7.
To use Luke Fickell's word, it's been a whirlwind since he was introduced as Wisconsin's head coach. Fickell has hit the ground running since taking over the program and has had to balance a lot. And with a handful of Badgers not playing because of transferring or declaring for the draft, the big question for Luke Fickell, how will UW handle the bowl game? His answer, the only way he knows how, to go out and win it.
I don't worry one bit about, well, can we be competitive or not? I mean, the whole objective is to win. It's not be competitive. Whether I'm just walking in the door, it'd be complete disrespect to every one of those kids sitting in those seats to think that they were brought here, but yet we don't think that they could put a competitive, even have a competitive advantage on a field with a really good football team.
It's been a long season for the Packers, and not just because they are 5-8. This team headed into their bye week pretty banged up, so the break came at the perfect time. Getting away from the field allowed several players to heal up, including Aaron Rodgers. Coming back from the bye, number 12 hopped on the Pat McAfee show today, sharing his thumb and ribs are doing better. But now it's time to focus on the final month of the regular season.
We're now in the mid-December, and we have meaningful games coming up. It's great. Obviously, we need some help from some teams and have to win out. But, there's a lot that can change in a week. And if the momentum can start to go in our favor and we can stack a couple of these in a row, you never know what can happen. And that's exciting.
Romeo Doubs is also expecting to be out there for the Packers Monday night game with the Rams. Doubs has been out with an ankle injury since week 9. After going 1-1 in Texas, the Bucs return home tonight to host the Warriors. First time facing each other this season. Drew Holiday is out tonight with a non-COVID illness, and Chris Middleton is listed in the starting lineup after being on the injury report as day-to-day. The game tips off in just a few minutes. We're going to have more on that at 10. And in case you missed it last night, a former Badger played a key role in not 1 but 2 goals in the Rangers' overtime win against the Devils. Keandre Miller assisted on New York's game-tying goal, plus the OT shot that helped the Rangers win their 4th in a row.
All right, Jordan, thank you. Let's go back to Julian. Final check of the forecast.
Well, things are going to get a little bit wet and messy over the next couple of days, but outside of that, it's also going to be rather windy, so make sure that you're staying prepared and weather aware through the next few days. Then, folks, it is going to be cold for Christmas week, but at least we have some good shots to see a white Christmas this year.
All right, Julian, thanks, and thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.